Welcome in, you filthy animals, from coast to coast, from sea to shining sea. It's 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Go ahead and Spartan kick that like button. Do it for me, baby. Do it for me. How you been? I know. I called off the last live stream. This whole getting chronically busy with life thing, it's a lot. It's also been a minute since I uploaded. I'm going a longer span between videos. I know. But I actually have 2 queued up right now. They're recorded. The editing on it's going to be super simple. It's going to be super fast. And I'm gearing up for a review of some new Buck knives. Buck sent over a bunch of knives. Shout out to Buck Knives, my fellow Idahoans. Shout out to Buck Knives. Yeah. The progenitors of the Boss Heat Treat. Those of you in the knife world know. And then something crazy happened. I started carrying one of my favorite knives from the batch that they sent over. I know it's a Buck 112, and you're like, dude, what's so special about the Buck 112? Let me tell you something. I love this knife. I haven't been able to stop carrying it. It's been in my pocket since it came in, and they sent more than just like. There's 4 other knives that came with it. The new Buck 112 Slim with a pocket clip, Magna Cut. They've never done this combo before. Once upon a time, they released a 112. I looked it up in the annals of the YouTubes. I suppose I should probably make sure my mic is on. I think it's on. The bar is doing this. Okay. I looked it up. The last time they ran a 112, 110 Slim, they were a bit different. They had a pro version of this guy, but it didn't have the clip. It was just, like back then, I want to say 7 or 8 years ago, the steel was S30V. Oh, you guys should know by now my feelings on S30V. A once great steel. It's still good. I get comments on my S30V is dead video all the time. And you know what's crazy is that everyone completely missed the freaking mark on that video. And I know, I went back and I watched it and I was clear. I said it at least twice. I'm not saying that S30V is a bad steel. I'm saying that it shouldn't cost over $150 because right around that price point, you could start getting some steels that just outperform the crap out of S30V. And so at that point, it becomes the question of, well, if I can get, if I can get the M390s, the L-Maxes, the Magna Cuts, the S90Vs of the world, starting around that price, why on earth would I want S30V? It's not a bad steel. I didn't say it was bad steel. But if you go and you filter that video by my latest comments on it, everyone's like, S30V is not dead. I love S30V. I've got my knife from 10 years ago to S30V. He's still alive. It's like, good. Guess what? Back then, you probably paid $150 or less for that knife. But everyone is missing the mark on that video. I just stopped responding to the comments because it's like, how many times do I have to respond to a comment? Watch the whole video. It's not a bad steel. It shouldn't cost more than... I digress. Carried 2 knives today. Other one was this guy, the Vulcan. The Vulcan Fractal. Another one-of-one custom from Vulcan Knives. And yet another awesome knife that I have not reviewed. People keep asking me, like, oh, you should collab with so-and-so. You should collab with so-and-so. I can't even collab with me. We got some good stuff in the works, though. I've been shunting my stuff to the side because there are some companies that I just cannot wait. I know you guys don't understand. I know you don't understand. 112 in Magna Cut with the boss heat treat and a pocket clip in the classic heritage design. You know what? No more freebies. I'll save it for the video. I promised Buck I would come out with that before their release. Now I just need to, stop carrying just the 112 and actually start carrying other things like, this one. Wait. We're going to put that away. They sent several knives. And also, potentially, maybe some content for Hawk knives here soon. I know he doesn't watch my live streams, but just in case he does, shout out to my man Gavin Hawk. I suppose it's time I get to the chat. I'm just going to roll through it, guys, because I'm so far behind. Welcome in to Stonewall. We got Marco B. Shady. What's up, Wicked Dream? Cat Scratch in the house. Larry C. Welcome in. Welcome into Skull. Mike and Ikes. We got Nick T. What up, Neil? Neil McKenzie. TC Blades. It's a good thing I'm not an announcer. I would not be a good announcer. But listen, I gotta fix my camera. There we go. I got more people to say hi to. Henry G, what's up? Jim Miller, what's up, Jim? Welcome into Skull. Welcome into Louie. We got Frankie Cheech. Good to see you, dude. Welcome in. Henry says Idahoan. Yes. If you live in Idaho, if you're a citizen of the great state of Idaho, it is Idahoan. Do with that what you will. Welcome into Red Black. Good to see you, dude. Ed B in the house says, Bucks just look wrong with a pocket clip. I disagree, dude. And here's the thing. It's so dumb of what I'm not calling anyone dumb. I'm saying that it is weird to me that people would be like, I can't buy that with a pocket clip, blah, blah. Listen, the pocket clip has screws. You can take it off. Then you just have a 112 slim without a pocket clip, and it's not like there isn't already rivets all over the place on this. It's a pinned construction. So you could just take the pocket clip off, pop the screws in, Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. The pocket clip is a game changer on this guy. It is. And I like the pocket clip that they did this time around. They also did this clip on the Range Pro series. If you look at the 110s, like the 110 slims that they did like 7 or 8 years ago, they didn't have the aggressive clip point. They had more of like the drop point, which, it's, I'll call a spade. Does not look as good as the classic like 110, 112 clip point does. I love it, dude. I love it. And I can't get enough of it. I have a hard time carrying my first 110 and my second 110 because I just don't like carrying crap on my belt. I don't. This is the 21st century, or maybe we're starting to get into the 22nd century. No, it's the 21st century. '25th century? No, 21st century. It's I don't like carrying crap on my belt. So what? Get a slip aftermarket, put it in your pocket like a real man. Look, I like a clip, and they did this clip well. Some people are going to disagree, but I'm here to tell you, the clip completely transforms the functionality of this knife. Completely transforms the functionality. It's been so carry friendly. It's been one of those knives that I can't get out of my pocket because it's got a really awesome hollow grind, 15 degree per side factory edge, boss heat treated Magna Cut. It's a freaking workhorse. Not to mention it will probably outlive me. I'm gonna save it for the video. I know your comment's going to be like, boo, pocket clips. Thanks for helping with the algorithm. Hold on. I'm scrolling. What's up, Craig? Good to see you, dude. Shout out to my man Skull with the $2 super. He says, let's hear you say boss as low as you can go. Boss. Wait, hold on. I've got just the thing for this.
Boss.
All right, how was that? Thanks for the $2 super. Jim says, Rollshambo is the king of digression. It is. It's kind of a filler word for me. I should probably stop using it so much because then it loses its meaning. The more you say something, the less it means. I know this. It's a rule. It's called a rule of oration. The more you say something, the less it means. Steve, what's good, dude? He says, I got a 112 in 1980 mailed in. The receipt and Buck sent me a cedar box with a slot inside for a stone. That's so cool. That's so cool, man. Super cool. I'm so far behind. Staten Island, good to see you, dude. He says, hey, Rolls, what's doing, bro? Good to be here. Snag the Vosteed tie slim S90V. There we go. We're going to talk about it. Well, okay. I was going to say snag the Vosteed tie slim in S90V and the rack tie slim in S35V. Okay, there we go. I was going to be like, wait a second. The raccoon tie slim came out a little bit ago. Not a super long time ago. It's like, I have the raccoon tie slim. You're talking about the porcupine tie slim. We're going to talk about it. I also got in on that. A lot of people were mad. They were mad. And I don't know why they would be, but it is what it is. Frankie says, love my Range Elite and Pro. Oh, dude. Buck's doing great things. And here's the deal. There's a lot of people that have decided that the it thing to do is hate on Buck recently. I don't know why. I just started clicking on Buck videos. And there's all of these channels that I'd never heard of before that are like, my buck cost $25 back in like 1976, and now it's $100 at Walmart. Brr. Inflation. It costs more to fill your vehicle with gas than it does to buy a buck knife that will last you the rest of your life. I know. $25 back in the day could have also bought you a tank of gas. And just like the prices of a tank of gas back then, now, actually, you could probably fill your tank for less than $25 back then. Gas, the cost of filling your vehicle with gas has exceeded the cost of a buck knife. So I don't want to hear from anyone when they stand on their little podiums and say, back in my day, $25. No. Do I have to explain to people why inflation causes the price of things to increase? There are certain things that have exceeded the rise in inflation. I won't digress. I'm happy to debate that with anybody. Ed says, was that a 110 with a clip? Was it? I showed you. See? Regular 110. Regular. Sacrilege. Yeah. No, I got a few knives from Buck. Got a few. Look, I'm going to show off this guy all the time. Like this is a carry freaking machine. I've got a few notes on it. But if I give you guys all the goods now, then I mean no one will watch the video, which just watch the video. I would never, Ed. Where's Ian? I need a distraction. Hold on. I'm catching up, guys. I promise. Listen, Neil, I'm not here to talk to you about your life choices, man. You know, what you do behind closed doors is your business. It's not. Ed says, is it really hard to take a buck out of its case? No, I just don't enjoy carrying one on my belt. The funny thing is that I do wear a belt every day. It's just not my thing. Like, it's not my thing. I'm a regular everyday guy. I have mundane cutting purposes and tasks. I carry a knife, and some days I carry a knife and I don't actually use it. Some days I use it for multiple things. Some days is, you know, the day before recycling, in which I use it a lot. Bless Recycling Day, giving us all a lot of good reasons to use our knives. But for my mundane tasks, there's not a whole lot of reason that I can think of to carry it on my belt. There's just not for me. The clip makes a lot of sense for me. It is a sticking point to a lot of hardcore classic buck fans. I know this. A lot of people say that it looks ugly. I don't think that it does. I don't think that it actually hurts the look at all, personally. But then again, 99.9% of my knives have pocket clips, so it is what it is. That pocket clip is like tits on a boar hog. I would expect nothing less from you, Jim. Nothing less. Oh, I agree. At least they didn't put a wire clip on it. I don't like wire clips at all. I just don't. I don't. I will tolerate them the same way I tolerate S30V up to a certain price point. Of course, I say that, and then I bought a Spyderco Swish buoy, but I knew that they had wire clip replacements at that point, so I'm in the clear. Mike and Ike, thank you for being a channel member for 19 months. What EDC item are you eyeing to get next? I have a couple. That are on the way. That's my problem, is that I never stop looking. That's why I do knife sales. I've started to do them more frequently. The small batch drops have been going well for me. Knives from my knife library, where I have more stuff coming in. I need to send more stuff out so I can keep more stuff coming in. I used to focus primarily on collaborations, and I found out the hard way how easy it is to get burnt out on doing that. Because, and I'll say this, I'll say this because I know that every year there's new people looking to start an EDC channel, and I'm not trying to discourage anyone from doing that at all, because 3-4 years ago that was me looking to start a new EDC channel, and I was looking at the people with 1,000, 5,000, 10,000 subscribers, 100,000 subscribers. Like, will I ever get there? I would love to get knives in the mail all the time. If you only ever, and this goes out to anybody that is thinking about making a knife and or EDC channel, if you only ever cover collaboration products, you will lose the edge that you have as a consumer, giving your honest opinion. And that's not to say that when you get something for free that you're not giving your honest opinion. It's to say that it's a different experience. Is it exciting when you get something in the mail from a company and it would have cost you $200 and you didn't have to actually pay for it? Yes, of course that's exciting. But you will never look at it through the same lens if you're not still buying stuff. So to all of those people out there who are considering starting a channel, number one, you will not get collaborations right away, or at least very easily. There will be a few companies that'll say, sure, why not? Let's see how it goes. There are companies that'll take flyers on you, but most will say, we want to see if you've got longevity. We want to see if you can bring content over time. So you start out by buying your own stuff, and it gets exciting and you get really stoked, and drop day is like Christmas every single day. And then all of a sudden collaboration communications come in and you get more and more and more. And before you know it, you'll have done a bunch of collaboration reviews and you start to lose that edge. The only way to get it back is to get back in the game as a regular enthusiast. I've been doing that a lot lately, which is why I have been turning down well, it's one of the reasons why I've been turning down collaborations, is because I've got stuff that I don't need a partnership to get. I just got it. And I'm really excited about making content for that. And I'm also really excited about being picky about those companies that I do decide to partner with. Companies like Buck Knives. Like, they're not prohibitively expensive. They're local, American made, quality, heat treat, quality materials. They're a legacy brand. They're a great company to work with. So that's really cool. But to cap off my advice, never lose your edge as an enthusiast, because that's when you start to get burnt out and you start to forget why you enjoyed it in the first place, because things lose value when you no longer have to pay for them. There's some free game for you guys. Happy Wednesday. Shout out to my man Cicero. 13 months. Let's go, baby. This youngins don't know Jack. I mean, I know Jake, I think. What's up, Paperclip? Good to see you, dude. Craig says, I have bucks older than half the people in the chat. You're underestimating the people in the chat, I think. If you saw the demographic of folks who watch my content regularly, it's not, I'll say this. I don't play well with Gen Z. Apparently Gen Z just doesn't like me very much in general. Staten Island says, I'm in on a pre-order of the second batch of the raccoon tie slim, but I did snag the tie. I like how you're doing that. The tie slim porcupine yesterday. Congrats, man. Congrats. I'm stoked. Mine's on the way. I'm really stoked about that. A buck just looks cool on your belt, especially here in Idaho. Steve says that 112 in 1980 was $35, $138 in today's money. Like, everything costs more today. Everything. Says bucks have been getting poor results on the knife hardness site. I thought we went over this. It's, what's it called? Steel Labs? HRC? I forget. Steel Hardness Lab? Is that what that? I'm trying to remember. I thought I was going to spend a lot more time on it. And then I realized I don't have as much time as I think I have. We're going to pull it up here. We'll do this together. Candidly. I won't even do it off camera. Because I remember when we first found out about this on the live stream, we went over and someone's like, Buck's heat treat sucks. But they were looking at 420 high carbon, and the recommended range, like the ideal range for 420 high carbon is like 50, 58 or like 56 to 60. And Buck had it at like 59, which is perfect. So let's see. We're going to go over here and check it out. Buck. Where's Buck? That's right. I even do sound effects. Brands. You'd think I'd be better at navigating this site by now, but I'm not. Here we go. Buck. All right, so we got a Buck 110 and 420 high carbon, 58 Rockwell. That's not bad for 420 high carbon. 111 Classic in 420 high carbon, 57.2. The steel range for that is 56 to 58. Or does that steel range mean that's what they've tested in? I think that means that's what they've tested in. And this is one also a 130 and 56.7. All right, so look at the dates here. Number one, you have to remember people have been like, these companies have not been doing the hardest heat treats imaginable for forever. With technology over time, heat treats have gotten harder and harder and harder. But 420 high carbon. Let's do this. 420 HC. Ideal Rockwell hardness. It's between 56 to 58. So I get it. When it comes to steels, especially here in 2026, we're like, we want to see 60 plus. We want to see 60 plus. There's just a lot of steels that, especially when we're talking even 10 years ago. I'll give you an example. Nobody doubts the quality or veracity of Chris Reeve Knives heat treat. Nobody. And they've never done that. There was a time not so long ago when they were doing S30 or S35 VN at like 59, and that was their Rockwell target. Time went on, people learned more about steels, including the knife makers, and they made them harder. So when I see this, I see, okay, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. They're all 420 high carbon. The ideal Rockwell hardness is between 56 to 58. I'm not seeing anything at below 56. 56.7. I mean, that's within the range right there. But also, I want to remind people of something that Laren Thomas has said, and I have parroted a lot, and I know I'm guilty of parroting his words, but he's probably the foremost expert on knife steel metallurgy specifically, at least in our country. A high Rockwell hardness is not an indicator of a good heat treat. It's not. And I think that that's something that we need to remember. So on this level, 56 to 58, does it look low to today's standards? Yes. But not for this steel. It's within the ideal range. None of these are red flags. They're just not. So this is the same thing that was brought up the first time the Steel Hardness Lab was mentioned on a live stream. I think that's... No, we found out about it the day of the live stream. That's right. 420 high carbon is not a high Rockwell hardness achieving steel. Not all steels can be Rockwell hardened to the same level. Like, they all have different ranges, different limits based on their composition, so on and so forth. But especially this one from 1983, 57.2, and the range is 56 to 58. Like, look, this one up here, it hasn't been dated, and it's 58.8. Like, you know, for 420 high carbon, that's hard. It's hard. I wouldn't worry about it, Jim. The Boss heat treat is tried and true. They are one of the foremost experts on the topic of heat treat for a reason. And I would say that the performance of Buck Knives speaks for itself, not just in the steels, in the way that they do their heat treat, but also in the fact that they have some very superior cutting geometry. Paperclip says, I only wear a belt with suit pants, mostly shorts. There you go, dude. Shout out to my man, Ed B. 28 months? Thanks, Ed. Clipless Buck fans unite. Clipless. Do me a favor, Ed. Just get one anyways, dude. Get one anyways. Carry it. It'll change your mind. There's no uninspired round holes in this either. Those of you on the Discord, you know. What's up, Paul? Good to see you, man. Welcome in. Paperclip says, I thought about starting a channel where I argue with people in chat. That's my job. I've been called a contrarian before. Cicero says, a buck 119 took my mother out to dinner and never called her back. Father's Day must be really hard. I'm just kidding. Hold on. Hold on. I'm so far behind. I need to catch up. Bradford Mitchell with the $5 super. Thanks, man. He says Buck is not local since Idaho does not exist. You live in Wyoming. Nobody lives in Wyoming. Listen, and people are going to say, well, what about Jackson Hole? No, people don't live in Jackson Hole. Have you seen the cost of housing there? It's astronomical. They visit the very few beautiful parts of Wyoming. I've driven through the state of Wyoming so many times. Like, yes, there are beautiful parts. But most of the state is just one long interstate with terrible drivers that can't wait to get through it. I'm not a fan of Wyoming. Not a fan. Louis says, scored a drop point Nooms on and Kaiser a warning this week. Congrats, man. Congrats. That's awesome. Mike Tyson's punch out was harder than my buck. Did you fight Mike Tyson? I need to see that video. What's up, man? Wanna know why knives? Welcome in. I might. I've got a few. I mean, spoiler alert. Might have to reach out to Mr. Taylor Hardness. I know that it's going to come. Look, Buck told me directly. They told me directly with our boss heat treat, which, by the way, something that people are not taking into account. Laren Thomas is the inventor of MagnaCut, right? Now, I believe he's the son of a knife maker. I know he's made his own knives, but he also came out with a production knife. He could have gone anywhere. He could have gone to Kershaw. He could have gone to Benchmade. He could have gone to Spyderco. He went to Buck Knives with their boss heat treat. He could have gone anywhere, and he released a production knife with them. You know, so when I'm talking to the Buck family and they say, yeah, with our bossy treat, we target between 62 to 64. I know that if I get it Rockwell tested, it's going to come in between 62 to 64. And you know what? I almost feel like I need to send. I won't send any of the new stuff that I just got in because I need to make content with it. But I have another 110. I have the July 2025 Buck of the Month that's in MagnaCut. I'll send that one. I also have my Range Elite. Maybe I'll send them both. We'll get some more on there because all of this 420HC is making people get this idea that they don't do good heat treats because they're thinking in 2026 brain instead of 1983 or, you know, in the realm of reality of what you get with 420 high carbon. 420 high carbon is not a super premium powder metallurgy steel. It's not. It was never meant to be heat treated above. Gosh, what, like 60? I don't know. That's a good idea, Ed. I think I'll reach out to Mr. Taylor Hardness and get the record straight. My 110 blade is S30V. Nice. Have you chipped the edge? I'm just kidding. Yo, shout out to EDC Pocket Tools. Welcome in, my man. If you'd like to join the Discord, invite links in the YouTube community page. Go check it out, man. Come on, guys. Only three what? Please hit the like button. I would appreciate that. Bronny, there he is. He says, I finally made a live. Been a while. I feel. Yeah, man. Bronny's been doing great things out there. I've been seeing your social media stock rising, putting out some quality content. I do some lurking. I act like I don't, but I do. Bronny's been doing some good stuff. Guys, make sure to go check out Barbarian Bronny. Although based off what I've seen recently, everyone here probably already is. Jim says, I can affirm those knives cut like crazy based on the many I've seen. Yeah, man. They every single buck knife that I have cuts really freaking well. There's a reason why Buck has made the most popular knives, the most popular folding knives in history, and that's not an opinion. That is a fact. They have the best selling knife lineup in history when it comes to folding knives. Cicero says Chris Reeve Ruth's Chris Stay knife collab, Kmart exclusive, coming soon, void where prohibited. Oh, that's funny. My first time here. Welcome in, my man. We're kind of an eclectic group here. I do tend to go on tangents, but I do also go over topics, and we do go over pocket checks as well, which is a good time to remind people we're going to do the pocket check from the Discord here soonish. Get your pocket checks in. I'm going from the bottom up, so if anyone pops a pocket check into the pocket check channel after I start, we're probably gonna miss it. And I know I say that every time, and then I go back and I just check the few that I missed. But the Vosteed Tie Slim is... We'll start here, okay? We're going to start here because this is the start of the Tie Slim, right? The raccoon Tie Slim. I've got one. I've got this guy right here. I actually have a video out on it. Some of you guys may have seen it. But before this was the Parallel. Vosteed Parallel, pretty successful, fairly successful, but the raccoon Tie Slim started a bit of a movement. And Vosteed does a really good job of picking up on trends and listening to their audience. They do. And so it's no shocker that they finally came out with a more premium porcupine. The porcupine is the knife that's been begging for more premium materials since it was released. But people also said, hey, can we not do the porcupine with the crossbar lock? We're all getting a little tired of the crossbar lock. A lot of people are tired of the crossbar lock. I'm not exhausted by it. I am just becoming more and more picky. So the porcupine was recently released. Take my Tie Slim. Here we go. This guy right here was recently released. Now check it out. Top liner lock in a slim form factor. He's got the acid wash blade, or excuse me, the acid wash. Well, I think the blade might actually, no, blade is stone washed. Okay. Acid washed handles that look like Venom from Spider-Man. I think it looks really cool. Apparently it's polarizing. I don't know. Stonewash blade, S90V titanium. You get some aluminum in there, which actually I'm not mad at. Aluminum on something like accents and backspacers is cool because it doesn't add a whole lot of weight, and you get really nice vibrant colors if you're trying to add contrast. So from a design perspective, I don't mind things like, you know, an aluminum collar around the thumb stud or aluminum backspacer. That doesn't bother me. As long as the clip and the scales are titanium, we're good, baby. Now, $179 on this guy before discount code, which they had issues with on drop day. The first thing I want to talk about is, dear Vosteed, why in the hell did you decide to drop on a weekday morning at 8 a.m.? You know who does drops on a weekday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern time? Sadists. That's who. They gave people a heads up. They did give people a heads up. Now, it is important to note, this was the only variant with S90V blade steel and the cool acid wash handles. The rest weren't bad to look at all. I actually really like this handle scale pattern. A lot of people love the copper dune coating on the blade. That's cool. They also had a blue one, stonewash blade, blue stonewash titanium handles. Again, really classy milling pattern. Love it. This one, still cool. Not my favorite. Still cool. Some people really like that kind of reverse tux look. And then there was, hold on, where was it? This one. This one was my second favorite. And if the S90V variant hadn't been an option, this would have been the one for me. We're talking satin finish, beautiful plain tie handles, right? And when you look at the other side of these things, it wasn't just the scales, right? Like they actually continued the milling pattern onto a milled clip. No wire clip here. No, sir. That looks fantastic. Looks great, right? But we're talking 154 cm and titanium for 139, which is actually a pretty good deal. It's not the best deal in the world, but it's pretty good. It's a pretty good deal, 154 cm, right? But the problem was that everybody wanted this guy. Everybody. I know, because that's the one I bookmarked. Everyone wanted S90V. So they sold out of this on their website in 2 minutes. And then the Vosteedians immediately took to the Facebook group to vent their frustrations. Why didn't they make more? Why didn't they make more? Guys, they did. They did make more. But you know what? They sent a lot of them out to retailers. And I had a feeling they were going to do that. And I had a feeling this one was going to sell out quick. So I had a backup option. They also had these at Knife Center and Blade HQ, and I think a few other places. So they did make enough. They just didn't keep enough for their website, which is kind of a damn shame because they were getting roasted on their Facebook group. And you know what? To their credit, like they could have come back. Like you do that to some American makers, you're going to get roast. Like they're going to roast you right back. But Vosteed was like, no. We're so sorry. We're so sorry, guys. We're so sorry. We're coming out with another batch. And this is what kills me, right? Because here's the deal. If I had missed out on this, because I tried to get it from their website, but I got cart sniped. It happened to a lot of people. Wasn't fast enough. If that S90V version wasn't available anywhere else, I would have got this one and been happy. The funny part is that if people would have stopped complaining and stopped taking time to complain, they could have gone to one of those retailers and picked one up pretty stress-free. Because a lot of people didn't realize that they were available at those other retailers like Blade HQ, like Knife Center. And so instead of actually looking at those other places, they wasted their time complaining about it and not actually getting one. Not trying to call out anyone individually. More action, less complaining, and you'll be surprised at the results. B Shady, what's up, dude? Good to see you, man. Welcome into Brown Sugar. Well, welcome in. I've fallen behind again. Ed says crossbar locks are blah, but not frame locks. There's a difference, and I'll tell you what the difference is. Crossbar locks, they've made too many affordable ones poorly. And what happens when you do that, when you make an affordable locking mechanism poorly, is that it starts to give people this idea that it's not good, right? And that's sad to me because there are some really good crossbar locks out there. But it seems like these days, like, we all want that snappy action. Think about it. Oz Rosie. Simple design, double detent. Why? Snappy action. We like top liner locks, button frame locks over what? Why? Action. So what happened is that a ton of cheap kind of crossbar locks were made by companies that are just looking to hop on the trend. And that burnt out a lot of consumers. Of course, for the lefties out there, they love the crossbar locks. And I have tried many that are great. But yeah, no, there's a lot of people that are tired of crossbar locks. Ronnie says, I'm a newly fan of the Ram lock. I love the Ram lock, dude. Ram lock is great. My favorite microtech that I currently own, Ramlock Stitch, titanium scales. Love it, dude. Freaking love it. I need to get a SOCOM Elite, a Ramlock SOCOM. They're available now too. Like, everyone was freaking out. They're like, should I go for it? Should I overpay? No. And I said no, because I knew that the inventory would catch up with the market, and of course it did. Ramlock Titanium Mini MSI and Titanium Ramlock SOCOM are on my hit list for this year. I will own both. The question is, will I go with like the plain titanium, like that, or will I get one of them with the with different anodized colors? They do a really cool kind of worn green color that I'm looking forward to. Cicero say, okay, now a primo porcupine with the flicker hole, Vosteed. Enough games. They had a lot of good feedback on the thumb stud. That's all I'm saying. This is true, Jim. This is true. Sadists and M-Tech. It's true. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I've come to appreciate thumb studs more and more. You get a really snappy deployment out of them. Really? Johnny Evans says that Midway USA has most, if not all, cold steel knives on sale. That's awesome to hear, man. Thank you. Is this your first time popping in, or am I just seeing your username differently from what I normally see it as? Let's find out. Midway USA. Midway USA. I've been here a few times. Cold steel. Can I get a good deal on a Mayhem? Come on, baby. Hey, look at that. 109 bucks. Is that the Oz 10 though? It is. I was going to say, I have a feeling they don't have the, didn't they have like an S45 VN version? I kind of want one of these. Kind of want one. I decided not to get one because with the way that I fiddle with knives, sometimes I don't pay as much attention as I should. And this is the type of knife that you will lose a finger to. The Finger Chopper 9000. What other cold steel? Cold steel. Sale and clearance. Go to knives and tools. Let's see. Microtech. Add cart for price. I think you know why they do that? They do that so it doesn't set off red flags with the manufacturer. That's why because I know people are gonna be like, why are they doing that? Why are they playing the hard to get game? Because they have something called MAP agreements. MAP agreements are something that authorized dealers agree to do with manufacturers where they say we won't undersell as to not lower the value of the market and take away business from your other partners as well. We'll all do a level playing field and we'll price within this price range. That's what's called a MAP agreement. And if retailers don't follow those MAP agreements, they can lose their authorized dealer status. And many of them don't want to do that. Midway is a known quantity. And so the reason why they're saying add to cart for price, because they don't want to openly violate their MAP agreements. Well, let's see how good it is. Let's see. How good is it? How good is it? Add to cart for price. It's not that good. Come on. 312? That's not that good. That's enough to make you... Don't be dumb, Midway. Don't be dumb. We're going to boot that out of the cart right away. No. 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 What else? Add to cart for price. Here we go. What is it? What is it? It's $264. Not bad. What were these originally? $350. Interesting. It's a triad lock, right? Right. Yeah, triad lock. don't know how I feel about those handles though. Like this is a big guy. This is a big guy. It's got the leaf black blade. Why didn't they want to call it a shilling cutter? I don't know. Gerber fuse. That actually looks kind of cool. What are those brass handles? Aluminum? Stainless steel, baby. They inset the pocket clip, deep carry. Nice. Branding on the clip itself. Boo. Come on, Gerber. Clip side, yeah. Show side. Looks good. What kind of steel on the Gerber fuse? It doesn't tell us. 7CR 17 MOV. Gross. I mean, it's a $10 knife. They got it on sale for $10. $10. Everything is add to cart for price. Martin. If I remember correctly, the Vosteed Martin released retail just shy of $100. If I'm remembering correctly. 154 cm contoured aluminum. Add to cart. What do we got? 82. Yeah, that's not bad. It's a discount. That's not bad. I'm gonna remove these. Remove. I'll probably be selling a Vosteed Martin soon, and I will tell you guys, mine will be in just as good a condition and less expensive than that. It's cool though. Sounds like they got a sale going on. It should have quills. Barbarian Brawny's wife got you an MSI for your birthday? I got myself a Stitch for Christmas. Jim's getting deep into the microtech life. I like it, man. I dig it. Southern Cali says, did I miss the pocket check? No, we haven't done it yet. We're about to. We are about to. What's up? What's up, D? Good to see you, man. He says it still hasn't dropped at White Mountain Knives. Hopefully we'll be able to grab with RSB10. There you go. I checked. I did check. I don't buy from Blade HQ unless they're the only option at that point. They were my backup for the S90V Porcupine. I tried on Vosteed's site, got cart sniped 2 minutes in, so backup option it was. Oh, you weren't saying that Barbarian Brawny's wife got you an MS. I misread that, Jim. That's my bad. I thought you said Barbarian Brawny's wife got you an MSI. You were tagging him and saying that your wife got you an MSI. I know you mentioned that before. I was like, I didn't know Jim and Brawny know each other. That makes way more sense now. Thank you. Cicero says, Smock, thanks, Smock, you're here. Smocky Poo, what's up, dude? He says, so there are Vosteeds here. Never mind, I'm out. We like a lot of knives here, man. A lot. Ed says, come on, you can't blame shitty crossbars and shit on them completely. I mean, opinions, man. Opinions. There have just been a lot of subpar crossbar locks out there. good crossbars. He's got jokes. No, there are some good crossbars out there. Harry Hendrickson, what's up, man? He says, just marked the Spyderco Shaman Tree Rex off my list. Tree Rex? The T-Rex? Tree Rex? Which? Rex? Did they have one in Rex 45? I'm trying to remember. Spyderco Shaman. Rex. Or is it Rex 76? I think it's Rex 76. Was it this guy? Was it this guy? I need to know. I need to know. Country knives. Nah, we're good. Did you get it on the binge? Was it on the binge? Was it this guy? Did you buy that? I need to know. Guys, we're going to get into the pocket check. Dale Lane, what's up, man? He says, thumb studs are great if you can remove them for sharpening. Or if they're outside of the cutting path. If they're outside of the cutting path and they're not in the way of your stones, you're good to go. Craig says, the limited mayhems in S35 are hard to find, but there's a few out there. Yeah, they're the ones with the red accents. Like mines, Jim. Like mines. Hold on. I'm almost caught up. Then we're going to get into the pocket check. Franker, what's up, man? Says, finally had to have a poikilo. I don't know how to say it. Got an Orca coming in on Friday. Congrats. What's your opinion on M398? I missed your Steel Snobs videos. Thanks, dude. I've got plans for Steel Snobs content. I have plans. One of my plans, and I'll let you in on it. By the way, thank you for being a fan of the series. That series is, by and large, one of the biggest pushers of my channel ever. And it's only like 12 or maybe 13 episodes long, but I'll give you a teaser. I am working on creating a standardized testing for knife steels that I can use in future Steel Snobs content. One of the big critiques that I've always gotten on that series has been that I don't do any tests myself and that I just parrot the work of others. And while that's annoying because the work that I quote is reliable, done by trusted sources through the community, they're not necessarily wrong. I haven't done any of the testing myself. And so I'm going to be working on building a standardized test that I can use to test knife steels. Not talking about buying a $2,000 Rockwell hardness tester. I don't have space for it. I don't. But I am considering getting into some edge retention testing, and I want to develop a test that is updated and modern and truly showcases the qualities and properties of steels and their blade geometry. So that's what I'm working on. Once I get done developing that, it's going to be a whole different ballgame, man. Now, as far as my opinion on M398, M398 is a pretty cool steel. We don't see it a whole lot. It's going to give you a good boost in edge retention. I would say that if you're looking for performance, it's going to perform somewhere between, I want to say somewhere between M390 and S110V. It's pretty good. The other thing to keep in mind too is that it's all about the kind of geometry that the steel is on. People take this for granted all the time, but if you do, for example, Rex 121, a steel which is widely regarded as one of the most, as like an edge retention king, right? You take Rex 121, which is super hard but very brittle, and you put a very thin geometry on it, what you end up with is a steel that won't hold up over time to rugged testing. Because you never know, like, everything you cut's not going to be rope. Everything you cut's not going to be cardboard. You might run into a staple. What happens then, right? Chips and dents, like bends, the overall strength. The harder a steel is, the more brittle it is. There's a trade-off in balance. So, M398, if we're talking like, you know, very pedestrian type cutting scenarios, M398 is going to perform great because it's got good hardness. It's also got decent toughness to its hardness, if that makes sense. It's not used enough, and I wish that it was. I wish that we saw more M398. Barnar Steve says, who makes dragon scale for Corgi Trek? I don't know. Rex 45 and rosewood handles on the Tree Rex. Nice, man. Very limited run. That's cool. Hadn't heard of that. Jim says 40 years ago, Gerber was a good brand until Pete sold them. I collected them. I was talking with my brother, who occasionally frequents my live streams, yesterday, and he was mentioning that he had one of my dad's old knives. And he sent me a picture, and it was a Gerber in what's called V steel. Now, V steel was not actually the steel; it was the series that Gerber did back in like the 70s, and they used a steel called Vasco ware, which was kind of the progenitor of what we now know as crew ware. And he was telling me, it's like, this thing is wicked sharp to this day. We're talking a Gerber lockback in Vasco ware. Jim, as a collector, I know you know what that means. Plans. Lost sound. Damn it. Did I lose sound? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I'm going to check real quick to make sure I didn't lose sound. I'm checking on my phone to make sure the live stream's still going. Hold on. Guys, the audio is working. The audio is working, dude. At least it is on my phone. So I know it's at least not my fault. All right. Yeah, for sure, dude. For sure. I could talk knife steels all day long. Smoky Poo says M398 is 8 M's better than M390. This isn't hard. M398 is known for getting higher Rockwell hardness ranges. I want to say it's like 67 to 69. Or is it 65 to 67? M398, typical HRC. 61 to 64. I thought it was harder than that. I thought it was harder than that. I must have been mistaken. 61 to 64 is still pretty good. Still pretty good. Maximum potential up to 65. There we go. You want to know a steel that gets really hard? Z-Max. And I really hope more knife companies actually pick up Z-Max. 68 to 70 Rockwell, baby. I've got 2 knives in Z-Max. 2. One of them's on my desk right now. And I can tell you, sharpening it was an experience. We're going to get to the pocket check. We're going to get to the pocket check. All right. All righty. It's working. Good. I'm going to make sure before I get to the pocket check that I haven't missed too much. Did I say... Michael Sawyer, thank you. Thank you for being a channel member for 7 months. Thank you. I hope I didn't miss that. I would much rather double up than miss that. But I appreciate it, man. 7 months. Thank you, Michael Sawyer. Appreciate it, man. All right, guys, we're going to get to the pocket check. This is the Only Spartans Discord. Where is this? This is for Spartans, for channel members. Channel membership starts as little as 99 cents. Once you're in, you're in. Can I stay in the Discord if I lose my membership? As of right now, yes. That may change. It may change. Be warned. But for now, everyone that's in can stay in indefinitely. The only thing that I ask is that people stay active. Every now and then I go in and I start clearing out people I haven't seen in months. It's a community. Excuse me, it's a community. We share pocket checks, we share knife drops and deals. We do some friendly banter, some back and forth. We share cool knife picks. And of course, this is where the pocket check lives. So if you want to know, how do I share my pocket check on the live stream? Consider becoming a channel member. Channel memberships start as little as 99 cents. We're going to start all the way at the bottom and we're going to go through it. If I don't know what it is and it's not actually listed, I'm just going to keep going. Gizmalian, he's got a McNeese Dixon. He's got a TRM Atom. He's got an Asher. Which Asher is that? I feel like I should know. A Worksharp RMX. That's the new plain magnesium handles. And of course, a Transparent Knives Doodle. I got most of them. That's sweet, dude. Did you carry all of those today? I might need some pocket verification. I need to see how many you had in each pocket. That looks like a work desk, so I do believe it. I still want to see the pocket verification. Dale has got... What is that? I am not... And that's a Higo. A Rockstead Higo? I almost didn't believe it. Look at that grind, that primary grind. That's in ZDP 189. That was the steel I was thinking of. ZDP 189 with the high Rockwell hardness when I was thinking 67 to 60, like 60, 65 to 69 is ZDP 189. Not M398. Jeez. That's cool, man. I don't see too many Rockstead Egos anymore. Needs the tip first and sharpened, but that's not the one that Metal Complex broke the tip off of, is it? I joke. I know it's not. Is it? Is it? Dale, explain. Ed says, need a poll. Which tie should I wear to a wedding on Saturday? Not mine. Oh, and a knife. There we go. He's rocking the Remet Sharp Leopard in full DLC. Let's see which tie he's got. He's got the Bugs Bunny. He's got the Three Stooges. He's got more Bugs Bunny. Oh, man. All right. What's the relation to the bride and or groom? Are they family or are they like friends? I feel like if it's family, you got to go with something like, something like the plaid. If it's friends, you go with the Three Stooges. That's my vote. We're not doing a poll because everyone will just say that I like rocks.
I'm not retarded, but I like rocks.
My vote is for the Three Stooges. Mark B. What's up, Mark Parks? He's got the Grambo blades. Grambo. Are they from Grand Junction, Colorado? I'm trying to remember. Grambo. I think they're from Colorado. Grambo Russ. Nope, Australia. Wow. Way off center on that one. I'm trying to remember. There's a custom knife maker I want to say they're out of Grand Junction, Colorado. Grambo Russ. That's cool, dude. EDC Pocket Tools having a bit of fun having a bit of an Ultim phase. Recently picked up the Cuvi Civet. I think that's how you say it. Fixed blade. Nice, dude. I'm not the biggest Ultim fan personally. I'm not. I've seen some that look really good with how they contrast the other colors, especially when it's Ultim on black hardware. The Ultim in black, the black and yellow, looks fantastic, but I know a lot of people swear by it and they would rather have that than G10. And what was it, 2023 or 2024? There was a craze and it seemed like everyone was moving to Ultim. It's calmed down since then, but we still get it as a nice option here and there. That's cool, dude. Super cool. Victor Blades, he's got the JD Vanderventer. Thank you for listing this. I was never going to get this. I mean, I know that's a Spyderco Drunken, but I was never going to get the JD Vanderventer Premium Gold Zerk Bolstered Shred Carbon Fiber Titanium M390 and a Northwoods Fremont Jack. That was my day carry this evening. I carried the Spyderco Drunken. That's cool, dude. I don't think I've ever seen this one. The JD Vanderventer. That looks great. Love that pivot. Hand satin finish. Damn. The Northwoods. That looks cool too. I like it. I like it. BK Obama, he's got the pre-masters load. There you go. He's got the that's the Gunslinger, Jack Wolf Knives Gunslinger. And is this one pre-masters load? Is that a Quayback? Not sure on this one. Not sure. Randy's got a pair of 3 and 15V, of course. Love 15V. That's why I have 2 pair of 3s and 15V. I broke my own rule of no duplicates. Louis has that's the Chavez out the front knife, right? Is that an out the front snap-on pry bar? I think you've mentioned this. An out the front snap-on pry bar. Snap on OTF pry tool. It is. How much do these cost? I kind of want one of these. $100, $200. I could buy a knife for that much. $100. Snap on. You know what? Put it on credit. I kind of want one of these. I love it when they don't say what steel it is. Made from strong alloy steel. Strong. How strong? Your guess is as good as mine. What kind of steel is it? No clue. No freaking clue. Come on, Snap-on. What steel do you use? Strong alloy steel. Stop it. I mean, it's Snap-on, so we'll give them the benefit of the doubt. We all know they make good stuff. We all know. That's cool. I when you mentioned that, Louis, initially I thought you were yanking my chain, but now that I see that it actually exists, I kind of want one. Geek Machinist, what's up, dude? He's got a field note. Nice, the field notes. I need one of those. Because I have ideas and I never write them down and then they disappear into the ether. That's cool, man. He's got a SOG PowerPint, and yes, I know it's SOG, Studies and Observations Group, but I will always call them SOG. It's just easier. That is a Vosteed, right? Yep, I want to say that's a Vosteed. I think I have this one, but in a different... Is that a Vosteed mink? I have one of these, but in a different blade shape. Vosteed mink. Is it Mink XL? Did I get it? Was I close enough for government work? Hot damn, I was. I've got the regular mink. I've got just like the regular drop point mink that kind of looks similar to an axial alpine. They're good. Vosteed makes a good fixed blade, dude. I'm not sure about this guy right here. That is a Coast XP6R. Yeah. I can read the tiny lettering. Very nice. Aaron's got a Utzler duck. Damn. Or is that a duckling? Is that a duckling because it has a liner lock? Or is it a duck? I don't know. Super cool, man. Aaron D2's always got some heat. Drinkwater's also got some heat with the Jeff Vandermeulen Wrath number 3. The real heat is right there. The Spyderco McBee. That might be his most carried knife that I've ever seen. The Vandermeulen blades is sick, dude. That is a wicked Warncliffe. I know some people will fight me and say, well, because of the curvature on the tip, it's just technically a sheep's foot. No. Sheep's foot blades, in my opinion, don't always have straight edges. But that goes both ways, because sometimes people will be like, it's a Wharncliffe, and it clearly has a curved edge. All Wharncliffes should have straight, flat edges. End of story, and that is freaking gorgeous. Southern Cali, he's got the Knoll Knives Vandal in Damasteel. All right, so you got the steel, and every time I mention that I'm not a huge fan of Damasteel because it's performance based, but it doesn't mean anything because no one will ever actually use it for, you know, cutting performance. They'll be like, well, I'm gonna go make a video cutting with it. Can I see one? Because nobody's posted it yet. Damasteel is freaking gorgeous, of course. Chainsaw, he's got a Yojimbo 2 in crew wear. Those are the purple scales. Nice, dude. I should have bought one when I had the chance. Spyderco says they are, in fact, going to come out with the 15V. And with the 15V Yojimbo 2 and the Yojumbo, people actually came at me hard about that. They said, see, it's not dead. 15V is still alive and well. They're still making... No, they're not still making 15V. Spyderco just owns a butt ton of it. They stocked up. They invested in their collaboration with Big Brown Bear. So the good news is we do have more 15V knives coming. The bad news is nobody has picked up production of it. Nobody. Crew wear, on the other hand, is always a fantastic choice. I should have bought one of these in crew wear when I had the chance. Not entirely sure what this is. We're going to let it rock. TC Blades, what do we got? HMC Transient, nice. Concept Fixed Blade, which I'm not sure which one that is. And of course, a Vosteed Parallel. Ooh, we were talking about the Parallel a little while ago. Stonewall's got the sail fin and the taipan. Very nice. Tom Cook's got a benchmade bug out and an SPK shark. Look at that. And those are the Flytanium scales, right? SPK pry bar as well. You just have a Grimsmo Saga just chilling. I think the Grimsmo Saga is probably more expensive than either of these knives. You don't mention the most expensive piece of the carry. I feel like that was an Easter egg, Tom. How much do Grimsmo Sagas cost? Grimsmo Saga cost. What are they? $300? $400? $330 to $450, depending. Yeah. The pen is the most expensive piece on that carry, and you didn't mention it. You didn't think I was going to catch it, but I did. Those are all cool, though. I especially like the SPK Shark in M4. That's cool. My carry today. Got a little bit of Vulcan, Bladeworks, and of course, the knife, which, you know what's weird, okay? You know what's weird? I don't know why I have it up on the screen. This guy right here. I've been carrying this every single freaking day since it came in. Can you go buy one right now? No, they haven't been released yet. Buck sent it to me to check them out with some other knives. The people that I don't understand, because people are telling me like, oh, I don't like the pocket clip. I did an Instagram reel. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram and you're over there, go follow me. My Instagram does not perform well, but I made this dinky video. Like, I've made some low rent videos in the past, but like, this is just like from my phone. Content made from my phone is not great because I haven't taken care of my phone. So like, my camera lenses are on my phone is beat up. Like, when I take photos for my content, I use like a DSLR camera or a mirrorless camera. Photos from my phone are not great. And like, my content on Instagram does not perform well. I make one video of me just fooling around with this in my car. It's got like 20,000 views, which is ridiculous. It's the best performing Instagram reel I've ever done. Just a dinky video of me playing around with. So people are like, oh, I don't like the clip. And yet everyone seems to, I don't know. Speak up, guys. Do you like the clip? I love it. It makes this super carry friendly. I can't stop carrying it. You know what? We're going to put it out there. We're going to put a poll in the chat. You wanted a poll? Here we go. And we'll get back to the pocket check here shortly. Hold on. Do you like the clip on the Slim 112 in MagnaCut? Yes? No? And of course,
I'm not retarded, but I like rocks.
I like rocks. Which, if you didn't know, that's the I don't care. That's the I don't care button. There you go. We live in a time and in a country where sometimes your vote doesn't mean a whole lot. But tonight in this live stream, it does. Make sure to vote in the poll. On that bombshell, let's get back to the pocket check. Fish bag, also known as Craig Vincent. That's actually some decent shots, man. Some decent shots. You got the good lighting. Is it overcast there? Because we're seeing some good contrast on these. I dig it. And yes, we have always had evidence that he does in fact carry these. In case of a zombie apocalypse, the safest place is Craig's house. He's got a Cold Steel 5 Max, Cold Steel Silver Eye, Kershaw Blur, Cold Steel Voyager, a Swift 3, and this buck knife, which I actually am not super familiar with. And then, of course, these guys down here. What? Come on, Craig, you know that I need the wording on the blades so I can identify them. This one looks like a Jim Bowie type knife, a Bowie knife. That looks like a classic Bowie knife. This one looks with the stacked leather handles. That's kind of a Fairbairn Sykes type dagger, right? Is that a Mora knife right there? I think that one's a Tylite and that one's a Carver. Come on. We're moving on. Look at that. Look at that. Ed's got a gorgeous McNeese Dixon. That is the special limited edition. I call it the Spider Frag. It looks very familiar because it used to be mine. But of course, Ed takes better pictures than I do. Damn it, Ed. Looks freaking cool, man. Looks freaking cool. Skull's got a Jack Wolf Knife Barlow, Goddess Venus, Martin 330, Fenrir, and plenty of coin for a large dinner reservation, perhaps. Oh, really? Oh, really? Going out on the town, are we? I dig it, man. That's cool. That's cool. All right, let's go. Ponds with a Warney Wednesday with the Indela K390 in the Main Street. Very nice. Jim's got the Concept Tuckmore. The concept that I always wanted and never got. I wanted the Concept Tuckmore with the green carbon fiber. It's also got a CRKT SPEW and a Rosecraft Snake Creek. Very cool. Cat scratch with the FSD action right outside of Craig Brown's shop. Does he know that you're just standing outside taking photos? Is Craig Brown aware? Is he aware? I'm curious. I need to know. I need to know. That's cool, man. That's cool. I've also gone outside of Chris Reeves' shop, which is less than 3 miles from where I live, and taken photos. So there is no judgment here. I mean, except from the Chris Reeve employees, I'm pretty sure they were judging me pretty hard. Bradford Mitchell's got something sweet. The Skiff Accomplice, which is the bigger version of the Fugitive. Man. I've had some opportunities, but they're expensive. They're expensive. Freaking gorgeous. Why didn't they reverse the lock bar relief cutout? That's one of those things where I'm like, you know what? If there was ever a knife to reverse that cutout, not only for clip access, but also for ergos and also to maintain that beautiful pattern, which they, to be fair, they did a good job of that. They did a good job of maintaining the milling pattern despite the lock bar relief cutout being right there. But they should have done that. They should have reversed it so it was on the inside. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I could just be rambling. Like, for example, on this Plunkett Harpoon number 6, see how the lock bar cutout's on the inside? Same way Chris Reeve does it. Knife makers, get on it, because that would be really cool. You know, not that this knife lacks in cool points. That's still pretty freaking cool. Frankie's got a Talon. Talk about a knife I need to make content on. My poor Hawk Talon has just been waiting for its limelight, and I haven't done it yet. He's got a Tribe Called Quest on his playlist too. We just learned a little bit more about Frankie. You got good taste, man. Of course, that's a Dunes carbon fiber, or is that what they call like the mono carbon fiber? It looks like camo carbon fiber Dunes, or fat carbon fiber Dunes, but I think they call that the mono carbon fiber. The Talon is so freaking good. It is so freaking good. I kind of want another one. I want two, which is it's a lot, but I want to. Spyderco, he's got Gunslinger, another Jack Wolf Gunslinger is that 80s camo carbon or watermelon sugar? I'm not sure. I think that's 80s. I think. Steve, I'm an idea man. I get ideas all day and record them. There you go. You got a recorder. What is this? It's a camera, right? Trail cam? What kind of camera? American Spirit. Damn. I haven't seen loose leaf American Spirit in a long time. Man. I just got hit with a whiff of nostalgia. Like, once upon a time, I smoked cigarettes. Don't smoke cigarettes anymore. Been a long time. But anyone who's ever tried a roll your own American Spirit, you know that is oh man, that is hardcore stuff. I'm gonna catch up with the chat real quick, and I'm gonna get back to the pocket chat. Hold on. I don't think Rolls has seen John Wick. I've seen all of them. I don't have all of the lines memorized though. If we talk Super Troopers, different story. Underrated or underexposed. What are we talking about? Johnny Evans, first time here. I thought you looked new, man. Welcome in. Hope you're having a good time. Been using and collecting for years, but just started watching Knife Junkie about a month ago, and I'm enjoying your show today. Awesome. Well, thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I do my best, at least when I don't skip the live streams. We need more. I need to do more content. We are going to check in on the poll as well. 8 minutes ago, I asked the audience, do you like the clip on the brand new Slim 112? It's not released yet, but it will be soon. Do you like the clip? I'm getting conflicting opinions. Some people are going to war. I like it. I don't need to go out and locate a clip slip. It just fits in my pocket like my other pocket knives. I like it. I don't think it looks bad either. But the purists are up in arms because this is a classic looking 112 with updated steel and they put a clip on it, but it's the Slim 112. I like it. 31 people have voted. Do you like the clip on the Slim 112 in MagnaCut? 29% say yes, 23% say no, 48% say...
I'm not retarded, but I like rocks.
48% don't care. That's crazy to me because it's like my best performing Instagram content ever is like a 20-second clip of me just messing around with it in my car. That's bananas. That is absolutely bananas. Hold on. I lost my spot. I'm getting back to the pocket check. I got lost in nostalgia. Okay? I got lost in nostalgia based on the tape recorder. Is that a trail cam? The Pellegrino sparkling natural mineral water. What's in there? I don't know what this is. That's a lighter of some kind, right? I think so. And of course, a Tempest Knives Tornado. You got good taste, man. I like the Tornado. Paper clip. We've got. Oh, that's the super tiny. Is that a Reich cicada? Is that a Reich cicada? I don't know. Day's got the Devo Fireball with a regrind, no less. That looks good with the regrind, man. Did you do that regrind yourself? I need to know. Fireball V2? I think that's Fireball V2. Kind of wish I hadn't sold mine. Nick T. Let's go with the Riot Jack and the Riot TSF. Two of Riot's best. You know, I've never gotten any Riot self-branded stuff except for the XO. The XOM. Yeah. Those are cool, man. Guys, that's the end of the pocket check. Thank you to everyone who contributed to the pocket check. And now back to the chat. We're going to get on to some more stuff here in a bit. A little bit. Jim says, I believe I mentioned I spent 4 years studying rocks. You're a geologist, right? If I remember correctly, geologist / surveyor. Is it weird that I remember little details? Are you still in those? I know you're. Are you still surveying? Did I remember correctly? Hang around if you can stand it. Thanks, Jim. I am buoyed by your faith. Not Craig Brown Shop. What? They just happen to have the same logo. Corundum. Emerald. Okay. Emerald is just pretty corundum. I learn new things all the time. I am so far behind on the chat. So far behind. Louis says, when does the Bucks drop? I want to say it is end of this month, beginning of next month. I will confirm for you guys, actually. I've got my communication right here. Hold on, I'm pulling it up. All right. May 11th. I got them early. May 11th. But they did say that I could go ahead and create content at my leisure. That's the kind of collaboration I like. You know how often brands and makers are like, we would like to work with you. Could you release it on this time or within this time frame? Buck's over here like, release it on your time frame. That's awesome. May 11th. May 11th. I think at Knife Center you can pre-order. Yeah, I know I said. Didn't I say it was a Tempest Tornado? The clip is a clown shoe. Ronald McDonald. My Tashi Baruka large Krypton is supposed to be in my grubby little hands on Saturday. Did you get... Is that the one with the Lee Williams kickstop? Hold on. Kickstop Krypton. This is one of those knives where I really, really, really wanted to buy it, and then I didn't. Hold on. Wow, you can actually still buy them. $375 for this. Is it? I want. It's not brand new. Here's the thing, guys. It's not brand new, but I don't care. I think that looks fantastic. This is the small Krypton. The large Krypton has different milling in the blade. Hold on, large Krypton. Large Krypton. Yeah, it's got the little windows right here, which I always thought was super cool because it says kickstop right there in the little aspirated window. Not quite skeletonized, but it looks freaking awesome. Hand satin finish. Kickstop. I love the freaking Lee Williams kickstop, man. $400. I believe it's Riyadh, right? Yeah, produced by Riyadh. I really want one. I can't justify it. That's the hard part, is that I just can't justify it. I want to. I really want to. And they're like, well, why don't you sell some stuff? Because then if I did that, then I would have to justify other things that are also high on my list. If anyone's got one of these and you're interested in doing a swap-a-rooski, let me know. Let me know. And look at that. I know that flipper is money too. You know how I know? Because of the geometry and the placement of that flipper tab. In case people didn't know, and I try to talk about this whenever I can. Do I have a regular flipper out here? I mean, I do. Okay. I'll use this as an example. Flipper, regular flipper geometry. Why is it that some flippers flip perfectly every single time and some don't? It has a lot to do with the leverage and the detent. Now, you can get over a detent if the flipper placement is placed to line up at the center or above the center of the pivot. That's it. That's it. That's why I'm kind of mad at Heretic Knives, because look at this. Look at where they placed it. Now, disclaimer, I love this knife. My love for this knife has absolutely freaking nothing to do with the flipper situation. Because look, it's a plunge lock, which means that it already doesn't have much of a detent, right? Now, can I flip it easily? Yes. You have to be intentional. It's not snappy. Like, you have to be intentional. But then there's some like this. You've got detent, you've got flipper placement, which is at the center or even a little bit above the center of the pivot. Stupidly snappy. Button liner lock, button plunge lock. We were talking about the difference between actions earlier. People are like, why are crossbar locks so poo-poo nowadays? Why are people tired of them? Because people want snappy action. They don't want mushy. Same reason why a lot of people are getting tired of regular plunge lock knives is because the action is just not as snappy in general. Now, I do have a few exceptions to that. One of them is I recently bought a Vulcan custom knife, the Serpent, which is a plunge lock, and it is very snappy. Very snappy. And I love it to pieces. But when I talk about flipper placement and geometry, like the difference it makes, below the pivot, bad. Say it with me, knife makers. Below the pivot, bad. You want above the pivot or no lower than the center of the pivot, or at a minimum, a strong detent. A strong detent can overcome bad flipper tab placement. Moving on. It's a flip phone. Oh my, I had one of those. You still have a flip phone? Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. I should know what a flip phone is. I used to own one. What's wrong with me? These are the pocket checks, by the way, that came in after I started. If you guys didn't know, when I start doing pocket checks, I go from the bottom up. So anything that comes in after, I usually miss. Jim Cox has got a artisan cutlery. Ooh, that's a cutlass. Artisan cutlery cutlass. Crossbar lock. I used to have a cutlass, but it was, Corsair XL. I used to have one. It was one of my first knives that came in good steel. It was S35VN, and it was a Corsair. Artisan Cutlery Corsair. Shout out to my work buddy Nestor, who I know for a fact does not watch my live streams. I gave it to him. That ungrateful wench doesn't even watch my channel. Does he even know? Talk about nostalgia. I can't help it, okay? I gave him this one. Holy cow, they're still going for this? Maybe I should buy it again. Just for the nostalgia. I gave him one of this one. It was a Corsair with the carbon fiber. No, not that one. Not that one. Not that one. That one's the budget version. No. This one. Yeah. Give me this one. Carbon fiber. Frame lock, titanium. S35VN. 60 to 62. I like it. I still like it. I'm kind of mad that I gave it to him. I hope he still enjoys it, though. This one, on the other hand, no. Corsair, or is it the Cutlass? I swear it's a Corsair. Cutlass, crossbar, Cutlass. Nope, that's the Cutlass. I'm just whiffing all over the place today. And Goku, John Blackman's got a Leatherman arc. That's a flex. For those who know multi-tools, you know that's a flex. And a pair of 3 in camo. Nice, dude. Lost in the hot sauce. Yep. Skull says the 112 video is really good. Best short I've seen in a couple months. Thanks, man. All I did was play around with it in my car, which is it's like, you're not supposed to do this. Listen. I should probably say this. I was practicing one-handed openings on a knife that most of the time you should probably open and close with 2 hands. But I was thinking, well, what is one of the reasons why someone might not like a buck 112, even with the clip that makes it easy to carry? For those of us who don't like, cases on belts, like for me, I tried it. Okay. I tried it. Not for me. That's why I like the pocket clip. It fits in my pocket like all my other knives. But I was thinking about it. Like, what are some hangups people could have with a knife like this, which typically is 2-handed open, right? That's why people say, oh, the world has moved on. But it's like, could you, if you needed to? Like, because I was thinking, if I carried this, I might be in a situation where I might not have use of both my hands and I need to open up my knife. What could I do, right? What could I do? So I started handling it, trying to figure it out. And I was like, you know what? I could do a blade drop. Boom, one-handed open, but now I only have one hand. What do I do, right? So I was practicing that. I'd made it a reel. You could do, on a lot of these, you can do a one-handed close as well. You do that, get it to break its one-handed open and close. Is this recommendable? No. If the next time you see me, I've got injuries, you know what happened. But yes, one-handed open and close is possible. I'm glad you enjoyed it. That video performed, and I didn't understand why, but I'm glad people are enjoying it. It's probably my best performing content in a long time period, which is ironic because I put out quality content that's taken me days and days and days and days to make. And then it will perform like, it'll perform decently sometimes. Maybe sometimes it'll tank. I put out an Instagram reel that took me 30 seconds to make, and the crowd goes wild. Go figure. What's up, Knight? Good to see you, dude. It says barrel does have aluminum and oxygen in it, but the chemical compositions are nowhere near the same. I am not a chemist. That's Ruby, right? Conundrum. Man, you guys are killing me. I'm so far behind. So far behind. Their cool favorite machine, blah, blah, blah. I'm so far behind. Is anyone going to pull the trigger on the TRM Auto Pitbull? Drops next week. I don't know if I've seen it. I'm not the biggest auto guy, okay? Like, I have some autos that I like. I like my Heretic Wraith auto. I like my Microtech LUDT Gen 3 auto, which I may or may not be getting some titanium skills from Sweden for that soon. Stay tuned. But I'm not a big auto guy in general. So for me, I'm glad that they're coming out with something new. I haven't seen their Pitbull. Let's see. TRM Pitbull Auto. The Auto Pitbull. Pitbull Auto. The Bulldog. The Neutron 2. Not seeing it. Pitbull. There it is. Okay. So it's kind of like a Neutron or an Atom, but an Auto. Makes sense. It's going to be $365 with aluminum handles and denim micarta inlay. It's not. I watched some people's footage of this at Blade Show, and I cringed a little bit on the inside because they were like, oh yeah, feel that. Wow, that deploys so hard. And I'm watching them deploy it, and I'm like, that is not as hard firing as many autos. And maybe it's just the frame rate on the camera, but to me, I wasn't impressed by it. I like TRM, but if I'm gonna, like, my next knife with them is probably not going to be their auto offering for me. That is my opinion. They make great knives. You cannot go wrong with TRM from what I've seen. My personal preference is not to hunt down their automatic knife. My personal preference with them would actually be to get my hands on the Rev B Titanium Bulldog with the contoured lizard skin titanium handle scales and the newer style deployment hole, $395, and they're in stock. It's tempting. It is tempting. It was voided. I love how they gave themselves an award. Voted the 2025 Tycoon Choice Knife of the Year. You know what that means? That means they set a poll out to their subscriber list on their email list, and they said, what's your favorite one? And everyone picked that because it was the newest one, and they gave themselves an award. But can you imagine if you didn't know that and you're just like a new guy and you're like, wow, an award-winning knife. Now I'm just getting annoying, probably because it's getting late. Oh, man. Jim says, I'm bushed. Night, brothers and sisters. Jim, have a good rest of your night, man. Good to see you, John. What's up, man? Looks a lot like my Remet wild species. A little self-promotion never hurt. Is there a clipless version of the 112 in MagnaCut? Don't tell me to take the screws out. Take the screws out. Take the screws out, Ed. 2 seconds, man. 2 seconds. Oh, shoot, I missed them. What's up, Geoknife? Welcome in. Good to see you. Hold on. Ed says, love TRM, not an auto fan. I'm not an auto fan either. There's always exceptions to the rules. I have a ProTech auto. I've got a couple Heretic Knives autos. I've got a couple Microtech autos. I feel like I'm forgetting one. Smooth Criminal. Reminds me of the Smooth Criminal. No. It does not remind me of the Smooth Criminal. DLC tag along in hand. Holier Nerd on the way. The nerd is just a little too small for me. What's up, Rome? Good to see you, dude. I thought I saw you in here a little bit earlier. What's up, Knife Nut? It says, did I miss the pocket check? Because mine was fire today. Dude, it's almost 10 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. We did pocket check like an hour ago. But I'll tell you what. We're going to just... Ooh, the Tasca Tools Mac Daddy? Damn, you did have a good pocket check today. And a triple stripe knives fixed blade? Yeah, I know what that is. Oh, you did list it. Well, now me knowing what it is isn't nearly as impressive. That's cool, man. I haven't seen triple stripe custom knife on here in a while, dude. That Tasca Mac Daddy, though. With the Paisley lasering? Well done, sir. Well done. All right. Guys, it's late. There was more I wanted to go over. I probably just monologued for far too long. Tonight, I'm going to finish the queuing up of the 2 episodes that I will have releasing soon. They're going to be knife reviews. I think they're good. Should be a good time. Keep your eyes peeled for that. So more content coming soon. Working on standardized testing method to get my own data for upcoming Steel Snobs episodes. That will be good. Got new buck knife content that some people are not going to be fans of because it's got a clip. The clip is good. Which reminds me, I asked the question, do you like the clip on the Slim 112 MagnaCut? 29% said yes, 17% said no, 54% said I like rocks, which is essentially I don't care. Which tells me most people don't care. Or they're geologists. We're going to call it, guys. Thank you so much for joining the live stream tonight. Hope everyone has a fantastic rest of your week. Keep your eyes peeled for new content coming soon. The next time we go live will be Saturday, 8 p.m. Mountain, which is 10 p.m. Eastern, which is 9 p.m. Central, or 7 p.m. Pacific. Have a fantastic rest of your week, and I'll catch you on the flip side.